Hey, this is BremSter, and now I'm going to record CSI Lockdown from the Cagey Constraints Pack. Now, I think the name of this puzzle came from when the initial plan for this pack, this was 2 years ago, was that it was going to be a story pack, and it was going to be around finding the criminal mastermind responsible for a whole bunch of heist, and everything kind of fell apart when stuff happened, and Riffclown made this puzzle, and yeah, puzzle is awesome, but the original concept of the pack and then the pack itself fell apart. So this is me trying to get everything back in order. I'm recording these puzzles in kind of a random order, and I'm going to put them into order of don't know what order these are going to get released in, so I've no idea what's come before or after this. It's going to be a bit weird. So let's just have a look at the puzzle. CSI Lockdown by Riffclown from the Cagey Constraints Pack. So this is a lockout line puzzle. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage, and digits may not repeat within cages. And then lockout lines. Lockout lines are awesome, but you don't see them very often, and they're tricky to explain. So digits on blue lines cannot be between or equal to the digits in the diamonds at the end of the line. So if I use this line as an example, whatever these two digits are cannot be either between or equal to the digits in these diamonds. So if these were, say, let's say that these are 3 and 7, I'll use big digit, or let's say actually they're 3 and 8. Then these digits would have to be from 1, 2, and 9, because any other digit would either be equal to or between 3 and 8. Now these two digits, the digits at the end of the line, must differ by at least 4, which provides an extra constraint on what can go in the diamonds and therefore what can go on the lines. And a diamond terminates a line segment. And the reason that's important is this to here is not a line. So this here is not one long line between these two diamonds. This to here is one line, and this to here is a separate line. They're the rules of the puzzle. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, I have solved this puzzle before, the same as most of the puzzles in this pack. Not all of them, but most. But it was over a year ago when we were first working on the pack. So, is this a blind solve? No. Okay, so what am I looking at? This is a 15 cage without an 8 in it. So it could be 4, 5, 6. There's an entropy trick with 15 cages, but Oh, this is an 5 cell 18 cage with an 8 in it. So those 4 cells have to sum to 10. So those are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, one important thing about lockout lines is you can never put 5 on the line because of the lockout nature. If you put 5 on a line, then the digits on the diamonds would have to lock out the 5, which means they'd all have to be above 5 or below 5. But there is no 2 digits that are 4 apart below 5, or no 2 digits that are 4 apart above 5. So you cannot put 5 on a line. What does that 1, 2, 3, 4 do? Well, that's got to do something. I'm out of practice with lockout lines. Well, 3 of these digits are low. If this is 1, 2, 3, then this would have to be, well, if there's a 4 on the line, let's ask what happens if there's a 4 on the line. If there's a 4 on the line, then to lock out the 4, these have to these have to be 5, 9. If there's a 4 on the line, the only thing that can lock out a 4 is a 5, 9 at the end. That's forced. If there's no 4 on the line, which could only happen if this is a 4, there is a 3, these are 1, 2, 3. And the only way you could lock out 1, 2, 3 without it being 5, 9 is for it to be 4 and then 8 or 9. So these are 4, 8, 4, 9 or 5, 9. But there's no 8 here. So this is 4, 5 or 9. This is 4, 5, 8 or 9. But wait a minute, if there's a 4 on the line, actually this could matter. If there's a 4 on the line, It's probably simpler than this. But anyway, if there's a 4 on the line, this is 5, 9. If there's no 4 on the line, the 4 is here. And this couldn't be the 4 here. So there's no 4 here. Because the only way for there to be a 4 in the diamonds is if this is 1, 2, 3, this becomes a 4, and that can't be a 4. And the only way for there to be an 8 on the line, oh, this could be 4, 8. $17 without a 9? No, there's lots of options there. Can I do a similar trick here? These 4 cells have to sum... No, I don't think I can. But this is a 5, an 8, or a 9. So if this is a 5, the only things that would be 4 apart are 1 and 9. If it's an 8, it'd have to be low. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Sure, it's easier than I'm seeing. Where's... I'm just out of practice, I think. Is it this? Hang on, if that's a 4. If that's a 4, this would have to be an 8 or a 9. That can't be a 4. If this was a 4, the only thing that 4 apart would be 8 and 9, and that can't be 8 and 9. That's not a 4. So now I can't put 8 here. This is actually a 5, 9 line, which actually allows this to be everything. But it does mean these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. Because they're the only things locked out of this. If this can't be a 1, because this would need to be a 10. So this is 7, 8, 9. But if this is a 5, 9... this is more restricted. Oh, no, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4 is all possible. Actually, this could be a 5. Can't be a 4, but it could be a 5. 9, 5 is perfectly possible here. If this is a 5, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And it's not 4. Actually, this is a low digit in a 3-cell 17 cage. I don't think this could be a 1. If this is a 1, those 2 cells would have to sum to 16, and they couldn't be 9, 7, and that therefore is not possible. If this is a 2, these would have to sum to 15. They couldn't be 9, 6, so they would be 8, 7, 7. If this is a 3, these would have to sum to 14. 7, 7 is not possible. 9, 5 is not possible. So they would be 8, 6, and that'd be 8, and that'd be 6. Hang on a minute. That may not have been possible. If this is 2, this is 9, and the 7's not locked out. So this can't be 2 with 8, 7, and 3 makes this 9, and the 8, 6 isn't locked out. This is the 5. This is the 9. Which means this is the 5, which means this isn't 2, 3, or 5. This is 1 or 9. Now, this is a 5, and these have to sum to 12. It can't be 9, 3. It could be 8, 4. It can't be 7, 5. This is 8 and 4. That's really cool. That takes 4 out of there and puts 8 in one of those 2. But I can't put 8 in a 3-cell 10 cage. These 2 cells would have to sum to 2. That's an 8. Now these are from 1, 2, 3 because they have to be locked out of the 5, 9. And these are 6, 7, which sum to 13. That becomes the 2 to make the total work. There's no 2 in those, but there must be a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 2. I can take 2 out of those. This is cool. These are 1, 2. There's no 5 or 9 in here. This is cool. There's no 2 in those. That is beautiful. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 5 there. So 5 is in one of those two. Does that impact this cage? So these 4 cells have to sum to 18. Not sure. The minimum here is 11, so the maximum here is 7. But it could be less than 7. There's no 4 available. This is a 5, so this is a 1 or a 9, but this is an 8. So if this was 5, 9, the 8 wouldn't be locked out. This is 1, 5, and these are from 6, 7, and 9, because they have to be locked out of the 1, 5. This is now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because it has to be... Now, it is more restricted, though. It is more restricted, because if this is 1, 9, there's nothing locked out, but I have to put at least 2 digits on the line. If this is 1, 8, there's only 9 that could go on the line. And actually, I need to put 3 different digits on this line. So even 1, 7, these 3 digits would have to be 8, 9, and I can't do that. This can't even be 7. So this is either 1, 5, and these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Because this is either 1, 5, allowing these to be 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 6, and these have to be 7, 8, 9. That's very cool. But what's the minimum I can put here? 6, 7, 8 is 21. If this is 7, 8, 9, that's 24 plus 4. I've already broken the total. There must be a 6 in here. There must be a 6 in here, because 7, 8, 9 is 24. Add 4, I'm already at 28, and I need to add another digit. There must be a 6 here, which means that is a 5, and these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. But there's no 9 in either of those. There must be a... Oh, there's no 8 here. This is a 6, 7, 9 triple, and this is a 2, 3. Because it's all that's missing from the row. That sums to 5, so this has to be an 8 to make the total work. There's no 8 in either of those or there. That's a 6, 7 pair now. Oh, this is cool. So 1 is in one of these two. But if this is a 1, these would sum to 5. These would have to sum to 22. This is a 6, 7, 9 triple. That's just a 6, 7, 9 triple, because I can't put an 8 in any of them. 6, 7, 9 is 22, plus 4 is 26. That is a 1. And this is actually a triple now. 2, 3, 5? That's so cool. And there's a 5 in one of those two. That's a 6, 7, 9 triple, so that's an 8. These are from 5, 6, 7, 9. So that's a 5, 6, 7, 9 quadruple. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's no 1 in either of those. There's no 1 there. Oh, this is a 9, because a 5 is only 4 away from a 1 or a 9. So this is a 1. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 without being a 1. That gives me a 2, 3, 4 triple. There must be a 4 on this line. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. There must be a 2 in one of those by the row. Which means I can't put a 2 in any of those, and I can't put a 2 in any of those. So the 2 must be in one of those two, making this a 3, 4 pair, which looks down, making that the 2 and that the 3, which looks up saying that's not the 2, and there's a 2 in this 13 cage. So this must sum to 11. It's not 9, 2. It could be 8. That can't be 8, 3. So it's 7, 4 or 5, 6. And that can't be 5, so that can't be 6. That can't be 4, so that can't be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Oh, there's no 9 there. There's a 6, 7 pair. That's an 8, taking 8 out of those. This is so... 8 is in one of those two. If this is an 8, this has to be a 1, 2 pair. This would be 1, this would be 2. This 9 makes this 5, which makes this 9. I'm sure it's probably this 27 cage. There's no 5 here. Sometimes I wish I was better at math. There is a 4 in one of those two, so there's no 4 there. Oh, I could have got that from the box. This 6, 7, 9 triple, 9 is in one of those two, so 9 isn't there, so 2 isn't there. So that's now a 2. Because I can't put 2 in any of those. There's a 2 in the box. I can't put 2 here because that can't be 9, and I can't put any of the 2 in any of those. That's a 2, which means this isn't a 2 and this is a 2. Now these have to sum to 9. 8, 1 is possible. 7, 2 is not. That 2 looks down, taking 2 out of there, and there is now a 2 in the 27 cage. If this is 2, 3, these would sum to 14, these would need to sum to 13, and they would be 6, 7. If this is 2, 5, that would be 7 plus 9, which is 16. These would have to be sum to 11. So there's always a 6 in here, and there's no 6 here. But that's not the way to mark that there's always a 6 or that there's always a 2. But there's always... yeah. This is a known pair. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. One is in one of those. Three is in one of those. Is there a bit of lockout line logic I've missed? I don't think so. So it's just killer logic that I am completely and utterly messing up. This 11 cage, it's either this 10 cage or this 11 cage, I expect. This can't be 9-2, it can't be 8-3. If it's 7-4 or 5-6, with 5 there and 6 there. So 1 in this column, that's a 6-7 pair. I don't think that's doing it. 1 in this column is there or there. If that's a 1, that's an 8, and I can be. Oh, this is a 6-7 pair in the box. That's a 9. That's not a 9. That's not a 9, which it hasn't been forever. That was really dumb of me. That 9 takes 9 out of there, puts 9 there. 1 is there or there in the box. Oh, this 1 took 1 out of those and put 1 here, which takes 1 out of here. That's been there since so long. I'm sorry, Riff. That's the 7, that's the 4. So these are 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, which means that's the 7. Those sum to 9, so that's the 4. This is not the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 5, which looks down making that the 9 and that the 5. The 7 looks down making that the 6 and that the 7, which makes that the 6 and that the 7, which makes that the 6. This is much cleaner than I made it. The 6 looks across making that the 7. Which makes that the 5 and that the 6. These now sum to 13 plus 9, which is 22. These have to sum to 5. So there's no 5 in it. This is a 2, 3. This is the 5, which takes 5 and 6 out of here. This becomes a 4, 7, looking at making that the 6, which makes that the 7 and that the 6. It was right there. Idiot. 1, 2, 3, 8. There's no 8 there. There's no 1 there. Okay, so this is 1 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, so this is 1 or 3. So if this is 2, 1, this is 8. If this is 2, 3, this is 6. Now there's no 7 or 9 there, so that 6, 8 pair holds true, but the 6 here makes this the 8, this the 6, that's the 3, which makes that the 1, and I can take 1 out of there. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, and 9. There's no 9 in the middle. It's got to be this now. Well, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. That's a 7. How long's that been a 7? Wow. Which means these have to sum to 3. So they're 1 and 2. Which means that's the 3, that's the 4. The 3 makes that the 2. That's insane. The 1 makes that the 3, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 3, which looks like making that the 4 and that the 3, which makes that the 4. This becomes the 1. The 4 looks across making that the 7 and that the 4, which looks across making that the 1, taking 1 out of both of those. The 7 here makes that the 9 and that the 7. The 4 here looks across making this the 3 and this the 4. This 3 looks up making this the 8 and this the 3. And now I'm down to a single box, assuming I haven't made a terrible error. This is the 2 for the row. This row needs 5, 6. I'll use that 5 to make this the 6 and this the 5. The box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 needs 8 and 9. The 8 looks down making that the 9 and that the 8, and that is the solution to CSI Lockdown by Riffclown. Stunningly good puzzle. I am really sorry to all the setters that I sat on these puzzles for 18 months, but they all know the situation and why it happened. No one's angry at me. I'm just glad I'm able to get the puzzles out eventually. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series, and as always, good luck with your solving.